Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 7. Today we will presentation about multimodal discourse analysis. Our team is Nesa Alifa, Siti Rohani, and Permata Amalia Putri. Okay, we will start our discussion. Now, Permata, it's your time.
Thank you, Roh. Next slide, please. Okay, guys, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. I will explain by what is multimodal discourse analysis. So, multimodal discourse analysis adalah pendekatan yang melihat beberapa mode komunikasi seperti teks, warna, dan gambar. Ini adalah metode analisis diskursif yang melihat tidak hanya bagaimana mode individu berkomunikasi, tetapi bagaimana mereka berinteraksi satu sama lain untuk menciptakan makna semiotik. Next slide, please. Background to multimodal discourse analysis. So much of the work in multimodal discourse draws from Halliday, social semiotics approach to language, a view that considers language as one among a number of semiotic resources such as gesture, image, music. Jadi pendekatan semiotika sosial Halliday terhadap bahasa, pandangan yang menganggap bahasa itu sebagai salah satu di antara sejumlah sumber semiotik seperti syarat, gambar, musik yang digunakan orang untuk berkomunikasi atau untuk membuat makna dengan satu sama lain. Next slide. Halliday developed a theory of the fundamental functions of language in which he analyzed lexicogrammar into three broad meta-functions: ideational, interpersonal, and textual. Each of the three meta-functions is about a different aspect of the world and is concerned with a different mode of meaning of clauses. The ideational metafunction is about the natural world in the broadest sense, including our own consciousness, and is concerned with clauses as representations. The interpersonal metafunction is about the social world, especially the relationship between speaker and hearer, and is concerned with clauses as exchange. The textual meaning metafunction is about the verbal world, especially the flow of information in a text, and is concerned with clauses as messages. Next slide, please. So, the use of multimodal discourse both establishes a proximity to the events and engages people in the events. It compresses distance and brings image and experience into people's home. Jadi, penggunaan multimodal ini melakukan pendekatan terhadap kejadian dan mereka membawa orang ke dalam kejadian tersebut. This moves the viewer from a position of penonton to a position of saksi dari kejadian tersebut. Analisis wacana multimodal merupakan pendekatan bahwa mode yang berbeda digabungkan bersama untuk membangun makna dalam teks multimodal dari kombinasi tulisan, berbicara, visualisasi, suara, dan banyak lainnya untuk tujuan komunikasi. Next slide. The multimodal use of discourse is as much a feature of print genres as it is of television genres. Penyajian perempuan di majalah misalnya tidak hanya mengandalkan kata-kata di halaman, tetapi juga memiliki gambar yang menyertai kata-kata itu, yang memiliki gambar untuk menyertai memiliki kata-kata untuk menyertai gambar tersebut. Machin and Thornburg argue that print genres such as magazine are not just selling magazines to their readers, tapi juga menjual nilai-nilai kemandirian, kekuatan, dan kesenangan. So that's all from me. Next slide will be explained by Siti Rohani.
Example of multimodal discourse, the social relationship between an image and its viewer is strongly influenced by whether the subject in the image establishes eye contact with the viewer or doesn't. Each of visibilities could be seen as an example of mood where the eye contact will suggest a demand, whereas no eye contact might suggest an over. Next. The point of view or perspective or the image is also relevant. For example, a horizontal image suggests involvement as the viewer is on the same level as the subject of the image. A high angle shot might suggest superiority and low angle shot may suggest respect. We can see the example magazine of Michelle Obama. Next slide. Time magazine picture of Michelle Obama. She looks straight at the camera, establishes eye contact with the reader. Her face covers the whole page, providing closeness. The shot is horizontal, suggesting the reader is on the same level as the subject on the image. Next. The layout and the placement of the image is also significant in that they each convey a certain information values, while it communicates salience of the message to the reader. The image of Michelle Obama is centrally placed on the page so as to be most eye-catching, occupies the whole page, dominating it in a way gives weight to the image, centrally framed with the text, showing how they belong together, the meaning of Michelle. Okay, we can see the magazine. Okay, next, genre, speech, act, and multimodality. Van Leeuwen discussed the relationship between speech, act, and genre in relation to multimodality, using these two motions to capture the how versus the what of multimodal communication. And then a key point drawn from speech act theory is both illocutionary act and perlocutionary act.
Okay. I will explain about genre speech X and multimodality. Van Leeuwen discussed the relationship between speech X and genre in relation to multimodality, using these two notions to capture the how versus the what of multimodal communication. A key point draws from speech X theory is both illusionary X and perlocutionary X. And how a speech act is about. This is advertisement, illusionary act. An advertisement may aim to persuade a person to buy a particular product. This the illusionary act. If the person is convinced by the advertisement and buy the product, this is the effect or the perlocutionary act. Text thus draw on a range of modalities to create a perlocutionary effect. It is not just the word and the advertisement that persuade a person to buy the product. This advertisement perlocutionary act. Multimodality and newspaper genre. Image nuclear news story. There is story which comprise a headline, story which comprise just a photograph and a heading and or a short caption. News bite, online newspaper text which comprise a headline and an image with a hyperlink to a full story. Image nuclear news story, in contrast with new bytes are independent text in themselves and do not point a fuller story elsewhere in the newspaper. Newspaper often draw on strength of visual image and image nuclear news story to capture and retain the interest of the readers. For example, in a image nuclear news story about drought in China, there was an image of dry, cracked earth which had a central prominence in the photo with a row of people in the background carrying work tools. And multimodality and film trailer, implicitly promotional, relates to information that is part of the story of the film, didactic information. The next obstacle is explicitly promotional. They often mix together information about the story of the film and information that is not part of the story of the film. This is non-didactic information, such as voice-over commentaries and evaluation and recommendation. Not all film trailers have all these text, but most seem to contain a combination of them. Mayer saw how the modes of voice, music, image, and text all contribute to the goal or function of each section of the trailer. Limitation of multimodal discourse analysis. First, the amount of time it takes to do this kind of analysis. The analysis at some stage can be quite technical. It can also be very interpretative, and multimodal analysis less often looks at the reader or viewer reading of text. Far less attention is given to the aspect of language. The issue and the issue of how the analysis can be linked to wider social issue. Okay. Enough.
Okay, thank you Nessa. I will menggantikan Rohani. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, or everyone who watched this video. That was our group presentation. I apologize for the shortcomings and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.